Hi, this is Happy Bird from happybirdscraftinghaven.com, and today I'm going to show you how to make these beautiful little trinket boxes for Christmas, and I'm planned on making several of these. I'm going to be giving them away for Christmas to the ladies, and I figured I could put a little pair of earrings in there, maybe fold up some money. And I used a resin flat back rose at the top, and then I glued a little spacer bead on the front so it looks kind of like a knob, and I used the E6000, and it's very strong, so you could actually pull it from here and it won't come off. I didn't attach anything, I just glued it on. Or you can push from the back like that, either way. And I will show you how to make your own gorgeous glitter like this too. And this one was, I used a gold leafing pen, of course, to color the box first. And the felt, I put a red rose with the gold because I thought it looked really pretty. This is just a little spacer bead that I picked up at Walmart. Walmart had different types of bead sets by Blue Moon called Modern Mix, and so I thought it had a lot of really pretty beads in here and spacers. So I bought one for myself, and I also bought one for the giveaway. And yes, I am having a giveaway, but it won't be until I get back from vacation. I'll be gone for 9 days, visiting Oregon and Washington. So when I get back, then we'll do the giveaway. My grandson is supposed to help me with it. So anyway, I picked it up from there, and then I used a little spacer bead here, glued that on with E6000. If you have any ideas on what to put in these little boxes, let me know. These are, I would say, about 2 1/8 inches long, roughly. So, that'll give you kind of an idea. But, yeah, go ahead and put your comment down below. I'd love to hear it. I might even start a little list, and then when I have the list of ideas, then I can post it on the blog. Okay, so I'll show you how I did this. Now, if you noticed with the gold one, some of the glitter is fine and some of it is the large circular glitter. I'm going to set these aside for just a second. Now, I found the large circular glitter in these containers at Walmart. They have them there all the time. And I like these because they actually can sit on the top of each other and not fall down. And I bought one silver, and of course the gold, and this color here, which is very pretty. It's an iridescent color, and these look beautiful when you mix them with a light pastel glitters. So I'll show you an example of one that I did with this particular glitter. So you're going to need fine glitter in the same color, and then this jar of chunky glitter here. Oh, I think I paid about $3 a bottle for these two at Walmart. It's hard, I can't really remember the exact amount, but I believe it was something like that. Maybe a little over, but not much. Okay, so I took a Dixie cup and I cut the Dixie cup off at the top so you could see what I was doing. And I'm going to pour some really pretty fine gold glitter in there. Okay. Then I'm going to set this aside, and I'm going to sprinkle some of the chunkier glitter in here. And just going to mix it up with the back of this pencil here. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? And I really didn't measure. I just added, you know, what I thought looked good. Maybe I'll put a little more in there. There we go. I think that looks really pretty. So I'm going to set this aside and wipe this glitter off. Okay. Now, I'm going to show you what I did to the box first. I used a gold leafing pen, and I did all four sides. I held it like this at the top, and I colored it in with a glitter pen and moved it around like this, colored it in again, and the sides like this. And this is going to be a little wet when it's done, so I usually just stand it up like that and let it dry. When it's completely dried, then I just run the gold leafing pen right here along the ends here, like that. I don't do the inside. As you can tell, the cardboard is not covered on the inside. But I completely cover the entire inside, outside, and everywhere else here. And this does take the gold leafing pen does take a little bit of time to dry, because although you may be able to pick it up, you can kind of feel it's still a little tacky, and you want this to be completely dry before putting any kind of glue on, that's for sure. Okay. And I'll give you an example of how I did that. Now, in my matchbook ornament video, I suggested using Sharpie pens, and if you didn't have the gold leafing pen or silver leafing pen, and that's fine. You can do that. However, it does take a lot more time to color the matchbook, to color it in, and when you color it in, it's actually not, it doesn't actually completely cover this, it just covers it enough to where you can't see the bright red underneath. But I prefer, truthfully, I prefer either the gold or silver leafing pen or a paint pen. I would say those two would be my first choice. Sharpie would probably be my third. But I said Sharpie was okay because I know a lot of people, they don't have access to a lot of craft supplies. They live in, you know, different parts of the country. So, I mean, Sharpie, yeah, it'll work. But I think it would be much easier with the leafing pen or the paint pen. And I forgot something, so I'm going to walk over here briefly. Okay. Sorry about that. Brain cramp. Okay. So, I'm just going to give you a real quick example. I'm not going to sit here and have you watch me cover the whole box. I wouldn't torture you that way. So this is a gold leafing pen. You can get it from Michael's or any hobby and craft store. And if you can't find the gold leafing pen, go to the bright gold metallic paint pen. Just make sure it's a real bright gold, not an antique looking gold. And I just used a little cap to my water bottle. And this is so old, this paint pen. It covers up pretty well. You might have to let it dry and then go back and paint over things again. And even though this looks like it's puddling in places, when you lay it down, it'll even out. It'll even itself out. Okay? So basically that's how you do that, only you're going to do it all the way around the box. Not block box. Oh boy. Okay, so I'm just going to set that aside for now. There we go. Okay, so this one right here is already completed and totally dry. Okay, and if it's a little stiff like this, it's alright. The more you pull it in and out, the more it'll be okay. And if you want, you can kind of do this a little. Not too much, but a little, like that. Okay? So I'm going to take this out, and I'm going to get some Turbo Tacky Glue. I'm going to put this paper under here. Sorry about that. Okay. Turbo Tacky Glue by Aleene's. And see, quite a bit with your finger. Yeah. Oh, and if you're using the silver or gold leafing pen, the wet ones, they're wipes that are called wet ones, they work great. It takes the paint right off your fingers. I discovered that by accident when I was doing my Matchboxes. Okay, so that's just the top that I've done. And I'm going to sprinkle some of this beautiful glitter that we made. Okay, tip it over. Now we're going to push these in like so with the side of our finger. Now I'm going to go back in with my tallest finger and pat up and down. Up and down, up and down, up and down. Now look at this, guys. Isn't it beautiful? And I really think that it makes a difference with a large glitter mixed in with a fine. And of course, when this dries completely, you're going to do the other side here, and of course the sides here. And I generally, sometimes I'll have it stand up like that to dry. Other times I'll just lay it down like this and let it dry that way. The Turbo Tacky glue actually dries pretty quickly. However, I let it sit overnight just because I want it nice and tough. And then, of course, the next morning you're going to take your Mod Podge Super Gloss. This is the one with a blue label, not the regular Mod Podge or the orange label. And it's a clear gloss, and you're going to pour a little in a Dixie cup, and then you're going to stick your finger in it, and with just a super thin coat, I mean super thin, not even enough to even see it, other than just to make it, you know, fairly wet. Just, you know, run along like this with your finger. and allow it to dry. And like I said, make sure it's super thin. If there's any excess that you can see that's white, you know, just scrape it off like that, because you really want the very thinnest coat, because you want to keep that shine, right? And it does turn out extremely pretty. There is a lot of drying time involved. That's the only thing. That was the hard part for me. I'm going to set this aside to dry, and I'm going to show you something that I already completed. Now, I will complete that box that I just showed you, the gold one, and I'll post pictures on my blog when it's completely finished. But obviously, I can't continue showing you the process because it's wet. So I had to make a box up ahead of time. Let me get this glitter off me. I feel like the glitter queen. My grandson always tells me, "Nanny, you have glitter on your face." "Nanny, you have glitter on your chest." I said, that's no wonder. Okay, so I mixed up some pink with this pastel pink with this white chunky glitter, and I thought it turned out really pretty. I did it all the way around, and the box had silver leafing on it because it's a pastel, so I wanted something light. But I thought pink and gold would look really pretty together. So what I did was, even though I used the silver pucks, I colored the bottom part gold. And I just came in and just at the very edge here, used a gold leafing pen. Okay? So I'm going to put this in like so. See? And I'm going to do a couple of things that are very easy to this. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take one of these gold spacer beads for the knob. These are plastic, or acrylic, I should say. Take my E6000 and I just put a little bit of E6000 on here and put this right here in the middle on the front. Now, honestly, the knob should not be any larger than about 8 millimeter, maybe 9 millimeter, simply because of the fact that this part of the box here is so narrow. And so honestly, I would say 8 millimeter or less for the knob. Okay? And you can stand it like this to dry if you want. Now on the top of the box, I have an acrylic rose bead in pink. So I'm going to put a little bit of this E6000 on and put that right here to dry. Okay. And I'm going to try to center it the best I can. You think about like that. Yeah, let that set. And put the cap on my glue. Then I'm going to show you how I put the little piece of felt on the inside of the box here. And you don't have to put the felt if you don't want, but I just think it looks so much nicer. So I'll show you what I did. I just took a plain bottom to a Matchbox, and just took a white piece of felt and set the box right here. And then with a mechanical pencil, and I like the mechanical pencils because you can really get in there to the edge here of the box, like this. Okay, because it has such a pointy tip. And I'm just going to go all the way around, holding it or pushing it down tightly in the middle so it won't move. Like that. And then I'm going to do this. This aside. And I'm going to cut along the pencil marks. And you can adjust it a little bit if it's slightly too long or too wide. I'll show you what I mean. Okay, so let's see how I put this in. See? Well, it's okay, but it goes up a little bit here at the back, so it's probably a little bit longer than it should be. So just cutting a little smidgen off at a time. And I want this to be a little less. Okay. So now I'm going to put this in here. Okay. Close enough, huh? I probably got, yeah, maybe if I push it up like that. Yeah, see? So then I'm going to take my hot glue gun and just put 1, 2, 3, 4 small dots. And I would use low temp. And just put it in there and just pat it down in the corners here. Yeah, see? So it looks nice inside now. And this is already sticking on there really well. So, oh, another little tip. If you happen, like let's say you're gluing all your glitter on and you happen to accidentally get maybe a few tiny pieces of glitter here on the inside without meaning to, I just take a little disposable nail file and just go back and forth like that and then blow into it, and it makes it nice and neat. And you can even do this with the narrow part right here on the sides. And then it'll also, the box will slide in and out a little smoother for you as well. That's just a little tip. And it doesn't take much. Doesn't take much at all. And the glue, between the glue and the glitter and the gloss, these come out very tough. These are tough boxes. And after you file, of course, blow into it. So I'm going to slide this on, slide this in, and there's the front. Isn't that pretty? So these are, I think, would be a lot of fun to make. I was thinking, you know, how to make a masculine version of these little matchboxes, you know, if I wanted to put, you know, money in it for, you know, the little kids or something like that. Or teenagers, I should say. I shouldn't say little kids. And I was thinking, well, I suppose you could keep the box, you know, silver or gold, and then maybe get a masculine looking ribbon and put it across the box this way at an angle. Maybe put a masculine looking button here in the front, maybe like a gold one with like an airplane on it or something like that, or even a brad. The reason why I said airplane is I believe I have some brads in there that are kind of a brass color, and they're airplanes. So you could cut the back off those, glue those on with E6000. But if you have any idea or ideas on how to turn this into a masculine looking trinket box, then let me know and put your ideas in the comments below. So that's about it, and I really hope you like this video. Oh, the roses, you can pick these up at Michael's in the bead section, or you can go to eBay or Etsy, and they sell these in either individual colors or a mixture of colors. And these particular ones are 20 millimeters. And remember, no more than 8 millimeters for the knobs. So you can look at your spacers for that. And I know Michael's has a lot of different spacers that they sell by the strand at their store. So anyway, like I said, I hope you enjoyed this video. And I appreciate each and every one of you. Love and God bless you all. Bye-bye.